Did Jeffrey Epstein hang himself or did somebody kill him?
Welcome back to the channel. We have some incredible footage today of Senator John Kennedy doing what he does best, which is exposing the rot in our federal institutions. Before we dive into this absolute clinic on accountability, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you the truth that the mainstream media refuses to cover.
Mr. Director, worry not. We'll make sure your agency is adequately funded. This judge you arrested in Wisconsin, she was breaking federal law, wasn't she?
Yes, that's why we arrested her.
She was helping an illegal immigrant escape being taken into custody. Is that right?
Yes, and the field agents decided to open the case, work the case.
And as Americans, do we get to pick and choose which laws we want to follow?
We do not.
If you're a state court judge, do you get to decide you don't want to follow federal law?
No.
And if you violate federal law, you get arrested, don't you?
Yes, Senator.
That's called equal treatment under the law, isn't it?
Yes, Senator.
The deep state is finally being backed into a corner, and we are seeing exactly how your taxpayer dollars have been weaponized against the American people. The video starts with Director Kash Patel confirming the arrest of a judge in Wisconsin who thought she was above the law. This judge was caught helping an illegal immigrant escape federal custody. Kennedy makes a vital point here. In this country, we have equal treatment under the law. You do not get to pick and choose which federal laws you follow just because you have a robe and a gavel. It is about time we see law and order restored at every level of government.
You remember Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, don't you?
Yes, Senator.
Mr. Strzok worked for the FBI. Mr. Strzok worked for the FBI. I think Ms. Page worked for Justice. The Inspector General found in its investigation that they hated President Trump and they really wanted Secretary Clinton to win. Is that true?
That's correct, sir.
And this would be the same same Ms. Page who sent an email to Mr. Strzok with whom she was having an affair. Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? And Mr. Strzok with the FBI, senior official at the FBI replied, quote, no, he won't. We'll stop it. Did I read that correctly?
You did, Senator.
Okay. Now, Ms. Page got quit before she could get fired. Mr. Strzok was fired. And predictably, they filed a lawsuit because in Washington, it's easier to divorce your spouse than it is to fire a federal employee. Why did the FBI give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 to settle a lawsuit?
Senator, I do not know that settlement was reached in the prior administration.
Who made the decision?
The prior Department of Justice.
Who in the prior Department of Justice?
The settlement for that kind of case can only come from the Attorney General, which would be Attorney General Merrick Garland.
So the Attorney General decided to give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 after they were fired after actively interfering in the 2016 election. Is that right?
My understanding is that was a settlement they agreed to.
Pass me the sick bucket, please.
Kennedy moves into the most infuriating part of this testimony. He brings up Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. We all remember them. These are the FBI officials who were caught plotting to stop Donald Trump from becoming president. Kennedy highlights the infamous email, where Strzok literally promised to stop the movement of the people. But here is the kicker that should make every patriot's blood boil. Even though they were fired for their clear bias and interference, the prior administration handed them nearly $2 million in settlement money. Patel points the finger directly at the previous Department of Justice. We are paying the people who tried to subvert our democracy. It is a total disgrace.
The Hunter Biden laptop. In October of 2016, shortly before the election, the New York Post wrote a story that was widely covered talking about Mr. Hunter Biden's influence peddling scheme based on his laptop. A couple of weeks later, Secretary of State, soon to be Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, organized a group of 51 so-called intelligence experts. Had some real rock stars on the list. Jim Clapper, John Brennan, Michael Hayden, Leon Panetta, and they said, oh, no, the story in the New York Post is not true. It's based on Russian disinformation. You remember that?
I do, Senator, as the lead investigator for Russiagate for the House Intel Committee.
Yeah. The FBI had had the laptop for 10 months, hadn't they?
They did, Senator.
So the FBI knew right before the election that it wasn't Russian disinformation, didn't they?
And that was confirmed by the Inspector General's report.
Yeah. Who at the FBI refused to let the FBI tell the American people the truth?
I don't have that name in front of me, sir.
Well, would you look?
I will, sir.
I'd like to know. I'd like a name, not a division. I'd like the name. Person with a brain and a beating heart.
Yes, sir.
Next, they tackle the Hunter Biden laptop. Kennedy reminds everyone that the FBI had that laptop for 10 months before the 2020 election. They knew it was real while 51 so-called intel experts were lying to the public calling it Russian disinformation. Patel confirms that the FBI knew the truth and stayed silent. This was a coordinated effort to keep the American people in the dark, and we need the names of the people who authorized that silence.
Did Jeffrey Epstein hang himself or did somebody kill him?
Senator, I believe he hung himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Are you going to release all the information about that?
Senator, we are working through that right now with the Department of Justice.
When do you think you'll have it done, Kash?
I think in the near future, sir.
Like before I die?
Senator, we've been working on that, and we're doing it in a way that protects victims and also doesn't put out into the ether information that is irrelevant for production of the public, such as CSAM.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Finally, Kennedy asks the question everyone has been waiting for. Did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself? Patel states that he believes Epstein hung himself, but the real news is what comes next. Patel is promising to release the files. He confirms the FBI is working to get this information out to the public. We deserve to know who was involved and who is being protected. This testimony proves that for too long there has been a double standard in Washington. One set of rules for the elites and their favorite agents, and another set of rules for the rest of us. Kash Patel is signaling that the era of secrets is ending. We need full transparency on Epstein, the laptop, and the corruption within the FBI. If you want to see the swamp drained and the truth brought to light, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more updates. We are watching these hearings closely and we will not let them hide the facts. Thanks for watching and stay vigilant.